Hello, welcome back to my reviews of Tai Lopez's 67 Steps. We're up to step number 49. This one is called Why Warren Buffett and Jay-Z Like Baseball. The Ratcheting Power of Success. Now, a caveat, I don't actually know if Warren Buffett and Jay-Z do like baseball, but we're going to go with it because that's Tai's title. We immediately depart from Warren Buffett and Jay-Z, certainly Jay-Z, and talk about Benjamin Graham, Warren Buffett's mentor back in the day, and Benjamin Graham's statement that what you really want to do in business, in quotes, but in life, what you really want to do is not make a lot of mistakes. Sounds simple, right? But you hear the opposite. Some people say, the more mistakes you make, the more you can learn from it. And of course, Edison, famously made thousands of mistakes, experiments, when he was creating the light bulb and things like this. But, of course, some mistakes you can't learn from. The fatal kind, like when to stick your head up in a battle or when to try and cross the street with your eyes closed. These kinds of things you can't learn from. And so you can learn from mistakes, but the best thing is to try and learn from other people's mistakes, people who've gone before you. And Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger have always said one of the keys to their success is that they make less mistakes. And they're, two of the most successful investors in the history of time. So they're worth listening to. So, yes, how do you not make mistakes? That's the big question. Of course, everybody wants to not make mistakes. That's kind of a no-brainer. But to continue with Benjamin Graham, he supposedly made a baseball analogy, and that is to make a lot of base hits. Make sure steady steps. Don't swing for the bleachers. Don't try and hit a home run every time, because that's a recipe for disaster. Because even if you look at people who are very to go to baseball, not that I know so much about baseball, but to go to baseball, if you look at people who are the most successful home run hitters of all time, the number of home runs they hit really is not so many. So they're measuring that one number kind of in abstract. When you're swinging for a home run, you either hit it or you miss totally. Obviously you could say the same thing about doing base hits, but your intention is very different. And the problem with swinging for the bleachers all the time is that one catastrophic disaster, to get away from the baseball metaphor, one catastrophic disaster can undo a whole series of small successes. So that's why I think it's very safe, sound advice to say, let's go for small, incremental successes. Go from first base to second base to third base, and so on. And this kind of works in every pillar of this: health, wealth, love, and happiness. With health, don't take your time. Don't say, okay, I'm gonna lose a kilo a day or something like this. Try and say, well, I'm gonna lose a kilo a month. That's something that's obtainable and not going to cause you problems. Tai gives an example about an overweight guy in his office who said, okay, I'm going to lose a lot of weight, and he starts exercising really hard, and of course he injures himself, and then you end up probably gaining weight because you sit around because you can't do any exercise at all if you're injured. So take your time, slow and steady. Business is the same thing. Do a slow and steady incremental increase of your business, or keep it profitable, of course. But try and go like this. If you go higher, fine, but your plan is to go like this. Wealth, same kind of thing. First, stop the bleeding. And I think this is kind of an aside to this whole thing: is stop the damage first. Stop gaining weight. Stop losing money. That's first base. Not sliding back. Stop it. At least you're at zero. It's, a lot of people say for an investment, an investor is happy if they get their money back. It's a bonus if they make their money, but they're happy to get their money back. So, work like that. Work upwards, small incremental steps. And when you start to move your way around these bases, that's when things get better. When you made it to first base, you're not going sliding backwards anymore. You make it to second base, you're in gain. When you're in third base, you're in kind of level of mastery, or you're in a high level of gain. By the time you get to home base, hopefully you become quite masterful at the thing you're trying to conquer. Some interesting asides here, like Jim Rohn's quote, which I love this quote, is that almost everybody can be doing better than they are right now. Very powerful when you think about that. Maybe we're so focused on the exceptions, so focused on being the big thing, we don't realize, we could make small incremental changes every day in our life. And where would we be at the end of the year? Whereas we could try for the big thing right now, fail, and then go, to hell with it, I'm not going to do anything. So that's this lesson. Not so much about Jay-Z in there. A little bit about baseball. Not so much about Warren Buffett. So there you go. But Tai, as always, has his questions at the end. And questions on this one is, what's an example when you tried for a home run and failed and it actually set you back? And the other one is, what's something that you want to change right now? What's your pillar with health, wealth, love, happiness, whatever it is, what area within those that you want to change right now? How can you break it down so you're going around the bases, not trying to hit a home run right off the bat? Anyway, think about those questions. You can always answer those questions to me if you want, but I think the more important thing is you answer those questions to yourself. And so that's been, step 49. We'll see you very soon for step 50. Thanks for watching.